Even like today, Rihanna brought that back for the ladies and the We are back with the team, 80s, 90s, and 00s vibes, 2000s vibes, you know the vibes. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Nostalgia with me, B.Poetique. And today, I don't know if y'all noticed, but my hair is a little different. I comb my locks out. So if you want to see that video, you can go to my personal YouTube channel. But because I came with a different hairstyle, I figured why not talk about 90s hairstyles, because they're making a comeback. So let's get into it. Because 90s hairstyles were so iconic, I'm like, why not talk about 90s hairstyles on the channel, right? It only makes sense. So I'm going to be chivalrous and be a gentle lady and talk about 90s guys hairstyles first. The first one I'm gonna bring up is a no-brainer. It's the high top fade. The 90s high top fade was like that thing that the guys, they had to get, like at least once, just try it to see what it looks like. The high top fade is iconic because when you think about men's fashion and men's hairstyles in the 90s, the high top fade is like the basic thing, and then you switched off to other things. And one of those other things is the Gumby. This one is one of my favorites because regardless of how you cut it, it always gave, guys that little bit of, GQ, je ne sais quoi kind of thing. I was like, yeah, that's one of my favorite ones right there. So the Gumby is also iconic because of the way that it can be worn. It can be worn like your man's Bobby Brown, or it can be worn like your man's Tupac. So, out of both of these, I think that those hairstyles are iconic for men. Now, of course, what would the 90s be like without, like a classic mullet? And I know that sounds weird, but when you watch Power Rangers, Saved by the Bell, or shows on Disney Channel, a lot of the younger guys had a mullet. And, it's just one of those iconic things. And even like today, Rihanna brought that back for the ladies, and a lot more ladies have been wearing mullets. And of course, what would the 90s be like without frosted tips, y'all? The guys from NSYNC, 98 Degrees, they were known for like the frosted tips. The 90s and frosted tips go hand in hand, and the spikes, yeah, absolutely. So now, since we're talking about hair dye situations, the 90s was also popular for, and we move into ladies, so let me see if y'all can guess what hair dyeing situation I could be thinking about when it comes to ladies. Of course, I'm talking about streaks. Streaks in hair is something that I've always wanted, but I'm scared to dye my hair, so that's another story for another day. But streaks in women's hair were everywhere. Like most women had, if not one streak, they had a few streaks, to get the look together and make it seem a little more, special. So streaks were very, very popular in the 90s, and it didn't matter what style your hair was in, chances are you might have had streaks. The 90s and crimps have a love-hate relationship, because I do remember when I wanted to get my hair crimped when I was really young, but I always had a lot of hair, so I was like, I want to get my hair crimped. When I watched Sabrina the Teenage Witch and Lizzie McGuire growing up, I was like, why not get crimps? So of course I had to talk about crimps, because they were just that different thing that made your freshly done hair stand out just a little bit. Messy buns. Now, I know that messy buns seem like more of a 2000s thing, but when you really look at 90s women's hairstyles, a lot of them had like really cute slick buns, like their hair slicked into a bun or two buns, but the actual buns themselves had like hair sticking out. So that was definitely an iconic 90s hairstyle. Now, if you wanted a more clean look, more sleek, gotta give it to the one eye situation. The one eye covered wrap. That is what Miss Aaliyah is known for. RIP to you. And we cannot wait for your music to be widely available. But yes, she was known for the one eye cover wrap. That is always a classic. And that's actually something that I might rock next week or something like that when I take my hair down. But you cannot go wrong with a one eye wrap. It's just so sleek and just classic. This next style is actually a style that I had in high school. And I don't know if people still do it, but it was really cute coming up, like in the 90s, early 2000s. And that is flat twists. With flat twists, you can do them in the front, you can do them off to the side, but flat twist just made the look a little more, it made it pop a little bit. When your hair was straight down, you didn't always want to wear it straight. You didn't always want to have your ends bumped inward. Sometimes you wanted to have your ends flipped outward. And that is what this style is here. This style is actually one that I've never tried, but I used to see people with all the time. And I thought it was so cute. Like, it frames your face and then it's like, bow, bow. So yes, that's definitely an iconic 90s hairstyle. This next set of styles is dedicated to the styles that required a lot of molding lotion and those little paper molding strips. For the first one, I have to mention the French roll because I had one of these at prom. And I used to see my mom with it all the time when I was growing up. So the French roll is one of those styles where you need a lot of molding lotion. And then you get the back and you twist that thing up. It was cute. Then I'm gonna move on to the molded ponytail. With the ponytail, you can put the top of the ponytail in like cute little curls. You can have a little swoop bang and a little side bang. That's what this one is. This look was classic. If you think about any of the women in entertainment or anything like that, chances are they probably had this style. And don't be surprised if you see a 2 or 3-in-1 hairstyle. And what that means is it's one style on one head, but it's like 3 different styles going on. Like, you might have curls, you might have bangs, you might have some flips, you might have like hair sticking. Don't be surprised if you see a 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 in one. Honey, that was the look. Okay, I'm gonna move on to straw sets. Now, a straw set required things that you probably would not normally use when you were getting your hair done. And I'm saying that because you need like 200 straws, and you got to get the right straws. You got to get the ones from McDonald's because they were like a little bigger. Those were the perfect straws to use. So that brings you the straw set. It makes like cute little curls. You can make this look something that you would wear to like a special occasion. It could be a look for anything, really. It's just really cute. Now we are going to move on to some natural styles, and I have 2 of those for you. For the first one, it is a puff ponytail. So it's basically a ponytail that you pull back, or 2 ponytails that you pull into 2. And you make the first ponytail, and then you just consecutively put like ponytail holders or rubber bands down the strand of the ponytail. And it made it really cute to make these really cute puffs. I'm thinking about trying this, so I'm gonna have to stay tuned for that. This second natural style is the Afro puff. I just had one a few days ago, and this young lady here was known for being rough and stuff in her Afro puffs, okay? Everyone at some point has rocked an Afro puff or Afro puffs or 3 Afro puffs at some point in their lives, because it's just one of those easy things to do that you also get to display like your natural hair, your natural curl pattern. So this look is definitely one of them. Finally, I'm going to move on to the hairstyles that required some scissor action. And for the first one, of course, I gotta mention the salt, pepper, Spinderella style, something that they always had. The short cut on the side with the long, hard, heavy bump at the end. This style was something that a lot of women, a lot of bold women did try. And it was just, I think it's called like an asymmetrical, I don't know. It's like an asymmetrical cut basically. But this is definitely 90s. If you see somebody with this, that's definitely a 90s style. Finally, we are going to move on to the short haircut. And this first one you could not be scared of having curling irons close to your scalp. This style is one that Miss Nia Long, Miss Jada Pinkett, and a lot of women that you probably have grown up with, because it was something easy that you can transition into just slicking it down if you didn't want to have like heat near your scalp, or you can style it by having those really, really small, like I think the curling iron was probably as small as my thumb. They would be really small and make some really cute close curls. So that is what this style is dedicated to. And when you did not want to have those curls, you could give yourself a finger wave or have somebody else do it, because I don't know how easy it is to get to the back of your hair doing a finger wave. Anyway, that's beside the point. The finger wave is a style that Miss Missy Elliott is rocking right here. And it's just really cute. And it's also a style that has come back recently. I've seen a lot of women with finger waves and a lot of babies with finger waves. Because, I mean, baby's hair is easy to do, but I've seen a lot of babies with finger waves. Who would have thunk it? But this is also a style that I probably would try if I did cut my hair. But I do hope you enjoyed this content. Of course, I had to come to you this beautiful self-care Sunday. I'm here the first Sunday of every month. So of course, I will see you guys on the next one. If you want to join the Poetic Clique, make sure you follow all of my socials at the bottom. Follow my personal YouTube channel. Make sure you click the subscribe button on 80s, 90s, and 00s vibes, because, I mean, you're here. Like, why not? And drop a comment in the comment section below if you would try any of these styles that were featured in today's video. As always, I will see you guys on the next one.